the Grammys, but I think SamAnt a good place to start. Let's start with Kobe. Let's give him the respect that he's due, him and his family, and start there yesterday. I just had got back home and I seen it come across my screen. And I jumped up like, whoa. And I told everybody, like, I can't believe Kobe died. Can you believe Kobe died? And you know what I mean? Because sometimes I know a lot of people say this, but sometimes it'd be like the hoax joints that'll come out, and we seen it with The Rock, and we seen it with a few different people.
Right.
So I was like, huh. But then, you know, what we do, we're in the media game. So it's just things now. You got Instagram, if you got Facebook, Twitter, and you're on that, most people are, your timelines get lit up. Rest in peace, Kobe's, boom, boom, people hitting you up, whatever the case may be. And it's just you know, it's really unreal. And it really didn't hit me till this morning, really, honestly. Yesterday, I was seeing all this Kobe stuff, and I kind of still didn't hit me. But it really started to hit me this morning after I woke up. And that was like kind of the first thing that I began to do. Obviously, pick up our phones and see it. And you're seeing the pictures of his daughter. And then the list of the other people that perished comes out. And I'm going to read their names in a minute. And it's like, man, your mind starts to wonder and go, okay, how did, you know, imagine the final moments. You know, what happened? How did he console his daughter? You know, what about the other people on it playing? Looked like another young lady, a husband and a wife on there. How did they feel? And you know, I'm really at a loss for words, man. It's just, you know, and I was just saying in the car before I turn it over to you, saying, man, how is this fair? How could this be in anybody's will for something like this to happen to such a powerful man? Family man, you know, all the cliche, we all know what people have been saying, but how could this be in the cards for a man like that? I just don't get it, man. But SamAnt,
this I think I saw it. I was sitting there with my son on my way to grab my daughter. She was over at aunt's house, and I'm chilling and having a great morning with my son, chilling. We watching a movie that he's reading a book on in school, and alert pops on my phone that says Kobe Bryant passes or dies in plane helicopter crash. And I stare at it, and I'm just staring at it. And my son, obviously, he reads me like a book. So he looks at me, he goes, "Dad, what's the matter?" And I look, and I go, "Kobe died." And I go, and I'm kind of like because I remember this dude in '96 playing for Lowell Marion High School, not too far from where we're at, being in the McDonald's All-American game. Jelly Bean Bryant, his dad, I believe, even played for the 76ers, played in the NBA. Soon as Kobe started making that whisper coming out in the NBA and being Jelly Bean Bryant's son. My mom was talking about him. He went to the prom with Brandy. So this dude was like, okay, you start seeing his highlights. Jordan's on the top right now. Who is this dude? He's sitting here saying he's about to be better than Jordan. All right, Harold Miner. All right, we've seen this before. Let's see what's good. And then, I mean, you see what he did throughout his career. He exceeded all expectation, man. This is tough. When you look at a dude whose work ethic, and I think that's the thing that's kind of is the hardest pill for me to swallow, obviously, as a father who is committed to excellence, who is committed to exceeding and putting excellence into his children, and who not only did he talk it, but he walked it. Absolutely. I mean, we're going to talk about an excerpt or something that Allen Iverson shared in a couple of moments, but you look at a dude who knew he was the best, was going to work like he was the best, didn't care what was in his way, didn't care what obstacle knocked him down, he was getting back up. This dude was the ultimate work ethic machine. And I like to pride myself in kind of saying, that I am the same kind of being. You are the same kind of being. We wake up and live this shit, the competitive spirit of just being the best and not talking it, but actually just going out here and doing it and logging the hours that people don't see or don't get to celebrate on while they're out celebrating nothing, grinding and working and keeping their head down. I have conversations with my significant other often, and she asks me, "Babe, like, you're doing all of these great things." And I say these things to you, and you just kind of, you're real even killed. I'm like, because the mission ain't done yet, babe. Like, I can't sit back and properly even celebrate the right way until I know it's all the way there, and then I can sit back and smile. When you look at a Kobe Bryant, a dude that didn't smile much, never seemed happy because the mission wasn't over. It wasn't until that basketball career came full circle when he said, "I did everything," that you start seeing the smile and that life being lived. And that's a life that I aspired to get to because I understood the mindset. And heartbreaking, bro.
Yeah. It's like, you know, again, we always talk about the Nipsey thing, and that was very hard for us to cover, and particularly on this podcast. But this is right up there you know, with that. You know what I mean? This is something that you don't expect to see. You know, somebody like Kobe Bryant, you know, passing away at just 41. I mean, we damn near 40 ourselves in, you know, 5 or 6 more years. So, you know, once again, condolences, you know, to the family, man, and his wife. We can only imagine the pain that she going through right now. And you know, it was a couple factors. You know, the videos been coming out where people, you know, helicopter pilots are speaking, and they're pretty much, you know, now summing it up to, it's not the official word, but like fog. It may be a little bit of, you know, mistakes on part of the operator of the helicopter. You know, I mean, from what I've seen from a few different people, may have made a mistake that he shouldn't have made in that type of inclement weather. And a lot of people, I heard Skip Bayless was saying that he talked to his wife, and his wife pretty much said that or he heard, what, for one, you know, his wife said, excuse me for I go here first. She said that you can't even see, you know, the house across the street because of the fog in LA. And then he came back and said that he got word that the police, you know, are grounding all the helicopters because the fog is too thick. So when you go back and look at it, like, not making any excuses, but this probably shouldn't have been in the air at this time of day. It was something going through that area, and that's, I think, Southern California, you know, where it was just foggy. So, you know, crazy, man. I heard a lot of people talk about Kobe today. I've been looking at a lot of things, and I'm just going to say this before I turn it over to you, Sam, man. Tracy McGrady, I think he was on ESPN, and he was very close to Kobe Bryant. And he pretty much said that Kobe said that he wanted to die young because he wanted to be immortalized. This is his words, and I quote, and he wanted to be better than Jordan. So check that out, ESPN, you know, to confirm that. But crazy situation, man. Once again, condolences to the family.
Yeah, what another thing that just hurts me, and I have to say this before we even talk about what AI says and move on with the Kobe situation, even though you guys buckle your seatbelts, because we'll be talking about Kobe, I'm sure, a lot more through the passing days up until his burial. I don't see Kobe not being in the topic of conversation for a couple of days. So I'll just sit back and bear with us, man, because it's not going to be easy, but we're going to do what we have to do. It wasn't easy to report it yesterday. I damn near cried talking about it. The shit sucks, man. But Gianna Bryant, his daughter, Alyssa Altobelli, Peyton Chester, they were children. They were babies. They were 13 years old. I got a son that's 11 years old. I got a daughter, and I can't stop staring at her because I'm seeing her long hair just run by, and I'm just like, this ain't fair, dog. Children shouldn't, parents shouldn't have to bury their kids, man. And you've seen John Altobelli, Carrie Altobelli, and Alyssa passing away. So that family died. Condolences to their family. Sarah Chester, Peyton Chester, passing away, mother and daughter. Ara Zolban, the pilot, and Christina Mauser, the other 7 people on board. Condolences to all of their families as well. Damn, man, it's not much. Nothing we're going to say is going to be able to remedy the situation. All we can do is kind of, and I think I talked about this a little bit on air. I know we talked about it a lot off air. When it came to Nipsey, it seemed like I got a little bit more of an understanding when he passed away, because its energy just kind of vibrated throughout the entire world, and we felt it a lot more. And it was just, it's almost like, okay, in passing, his energy was transferred to all of us, and it was just a little bit of his spirit was in us. I feel that right now, man. And it just kind of gives me even more confirmation that there's more to death than meets the eye, and condolences.
Yeah. Like you said, it's going to be hard to, you know, digest this one, but, you know, death is a part of life, and we got to continue to stay strong and definitely continue to move on. I think right now will be a good segue, Sam, man, is to
tragedy that we dealt with. Well, Kobe is another. Real quick, oh God, I know we're probably wrapping up soon. About to head over to the new studio, SMS Studios, man. Very proud to have that. Allen Iverson, one of our favorite players as well. Grew up with Kobe. Think they was both in the draft for 96. Allen Iverson going to the 76ers. Kobe Bryant going to the Charlotte Hornets and getting traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Allen Iverson has something to say, as well as a lot of other basketball players, but he said something that I want to speak on real quick and then get your thoughts. He said, words can't express how I'm feeling today. The only 2 words that ring in my head are devastated and heartbroken. I cannot seem to shake this feeling no matter what I've tried to do since hearing this yesterday. People will always remember how we competed against each other in the league, but it goes so much deeper than that for me. The story of us being drafted in arguably the deepest class of its kind ever in the history of the NBA can be debated for many years to come. However, his generosity and respect for the game is something that I witnessed firsthand every time we stepped on a dance floor to compete. It's one memory of him that I cannot stop thinking about. It was our rookie season and my first trip to LA for a game against the Lakers. He came to my hotel. He picked me up. He took me out to a restaurant. When we returned, before he left, he asked me, "What are you doing tonight?" My reply was, "I'm going to the club. What are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going to the gym." This is who he always was, a true student of the game of basketball and also the game of life. He prepared relentlessly. There is something we can all learn from the Mamba mentality and from the way my brother lived his life. He will always have my respect as a competitor, a friend, and as a brother. My thoughts and prayers to his wife, Vanessa, their children and families of all the victims for yesterday's tragedy. As a father, I can't wrap my head around how they must feel. We're not okay, but we will find the strength to pull through this because that's what Kobe will want us to do.
Powerful.
What you think, man?
Man, that's powerful. Everybody, you know, who knew Kobe or knew of Kobe and listened to him when he would talk, man, it just flowed, you know, so naturally the way he taught the game. And the thing I can remember that he said, that I was like, yeah, that is shit. That's where it's at. What he said, and I probably said this a few times on here, but he would be at the practicing. I obviously talked about practice, but he would be practicing basketball. And he said a guy would come to the gym and whatnot. And, you know, the guy was already there for an hour. You know what I mean? Or Kobe was already there for an hour when the guy would come in. And then, you know, the guy would leave and Kobe would still be there. And he would just keep practicing all day. So he said the guy asked him, like, why are you here so early? Why are you practicing so much? He said, I get up, I start at 6 o'clock. I take a break. You know what I mean? I eat. 9 o'clock, I come back. I take a break, eat. I come back at, 2 o'clock. I take a break. I eat, whatever. I rest. I come back, at night again. He's like, I got 4 practices in when you just got 1 in a day. And then Kobe said it, I'm probably mixing it up a little bit, but that was like, the gist of the story. And he said, I'm getting more reps than everybody else. So naturally, his philosophy was the harder you work, the more you'll be better, because that person's only taking 50 jumpers a day. You're taking 5,000 jumpers a day. You know what I mean? And I think that stood out, with me. And I think that he took it. We talked about him and Michael Jordan. He almost kind of took Jordan's thing and almost took it to the next level. You know what I mean? The way he moved, 5 NBA championships, 7 times in the finals, man. It's just like you said. I think you put it the best when you said that Nipsey, you kind of understood how, his spirit kind of spread when he died. And you could kind of see it with Kobe, because now you get to peer into his life even more and say, okay, this is what this man was about. Oh, this is what he meant by this. So even though it's a tragic thing, it could also be turned into a beautiful thing. As crazy as that may sound for some.
Millions of people can respect the outcome of his hard work, can respect the body of work that he put in. Very few can appreciate the work that had to go behind the scenes. Yes, and that's what hurts, because I know that you could feel all the frustration, all the pain, all the times that he missed, all the times that he was sore, all the times he was dealing with bullshit at home, all the times this, all the times that, all the times this, all the times he was being asked for money here. And when he got into his house and it was just him against him, he had to get all this shit together and get balanced to do this over and over and over and give the consistency with all the things going on to be great. That ain't easy. That ain't in everybody's DNA. And for somebody like that to pass away, we're going to hopefully his energy spreads into some of these young people and sets a great example so that they understand work ethic. I put on my son all the time, work ethic. Even though my son is just like me, I was lazy as hell, just like him. Same thing in school, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like, now that I'm an adult and I see what it takes to really accomplish things and do what you want to do and achieve your dreams, I'm feeding that and I'm injecting him early. Get up, make this, do this. Instilling that mentality. And hopefully Kobe's legacy can do that to some people that don't have the fortunate opportunity to have fathers like us.
Do you think that now Lakers now, will have a chip on their shoulders and now win the NBA Finals this year?
Yep.
Yeah, They better.
Bron, yeah.
They better. Now you got to step it up to a whole nother level.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put pressure on them yet. I'm not going to get mad at them if they lose.
The Clippers, though, they there.
And Kawhi Leonard had a very deep relationship with Kobe too. Paul George had a close relationship with Kobe. The whole world had a close relationship, but LeBron, basketball should be fun the next couple of months, even in Kobe's passing, because Kobe would want you to move on. Kobe wouldn't want to see games postponed or anything.
Right.
Get the fuck up, dust yourself off, keep it moving. But we're going to grieve for a little bit because this hurts.
You want to see his name, a lot of people say he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame Do you want to see his name replace Jerry West's name on the NBA?
1,000%, absolutely.
Right.
My only objection to that would be there's only one other name more deserving than that.
Mike.
And God forbid something would happen to Mike. What are we going to just throw Kobe's name out of there out of nowhere? So I don't want to overreact in tragedy, but my initial reaction would be hell yeah, absolutely. How could it not? He changed the game. The Staples Center is the place that Kobe built. Nipsey just got buried there. The Grammys was there. Yeah. Everything is there. He built that joint, man. I would not be mad if I saw that.
Yeah, man. It's sad. You know, the coverage is going to continue. Like I said, we'll probably be dealing with this every day of the week. There's been a few things that have been going on. We're not going to deal with that in the podcast. A few newscasters and stuff that's been disrespecting. And you always kind of see that. Even with the Nipsey, remember when that happened? Right after that, all this stuff started coming out. And it's just like, you can chalk it up, you know,